Welcome to day 307. We're going to do one thing today and explain why it's important. So, hope you read it today, and it seemed like it was a long reading, but it really had some really good stuff in it. I'm going to read one of the Gospels versions of this part, and then we'll discuss it. I'll read Matthew 27:15 through 26. And each of the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, tell this tale, and it's important to really kind of read it and go into it. So, now it was the governor's custom each year during the Passover celebration to release one prisoner to the crowd. Anyone they wanted. This year, there was a notorious prisoner a man named Barabbas. As the crowds gathered before Pilate's house that morning, he asked them, "Which one do you want me to release to you, Barabbas or Jesus, who is called the Messiah?" He knew very well that the religious leaders had arrested Jesus out of envy. That right there is important. Just then, as Pilate was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent him this message: "Leave that innocent man alone. I suffered through a terrible nightmare about him last night." Meanwhile, the leading priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas to be released and for Jesus to be put to death. The leading priests, who were in control, who loved their positions, persuaded everyone else. So the governor asked again, "Which of these two do you want me to release to you?" The crowd shouted back, "Barabbas." Pilate responded, "Then what should I do with Jesus, who is called the Messiah?" They shouted back, "Crucify him." "Why?" Pilate demanded. "What crime has he committed?" The judge of the time has found him to be innocent. But the mob roared even louder, "Crucify him." Pilate saw that he wasn't getting anywhere and that a riot was developing. So he sent for a bowl of water, washed his hands before the crowd, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood. The responsibility is yours." And all the people yelled back, "We will take responsibility for his death, we and our children." They stripped him down, put a purple robe on him, purple, for royalty, knelt before him, made a crown of thorns, shoved it into his head, hit it on him, and continued to beat him and brutally prepare him for death. So here's what's important about all of this. This has everything to do with what is going on near the end times. They will listen to whatever their itching ears want to hear. They will ignore justice, and they will ignore truth. And when Christ comes back, he will rule with justice, honesty, and truth. And when he annihilates the people at Armageddon, the armies in Armageddon, he annihilates them with the breath of his mouth, the truth that comes forward. And there is justice and there's power in the truth. The truth will set you free. That's what he says. And we understand that. It has everything to do with today. They demanded that he crucify him. They demanded it. They didn't care about getting the murderer Barabbas. They didn't care about the justice or the injustice that they were asking for. That is very much like today. They throw caution to the wind. They don't care about what is right or wrong. All the things that make us who we are, our morality is thrown out in order to appease what they want, their feelings. That is your day 307. It's a bit scary. We'll see you tomorrow.